What's going on, everyone? Rizzo and Jeff. How does Diddy start that song? Another day, another dollar, another Keisha, nice to meet you.
Wow, are you not an awkward Caucasian in the building?
Well,
glad to have you here.
I'm glad to have you here, too. It's a Friday. We usually don't do Friday Night Lights, but it's been a short week, so we figured we would do a little Friday dig, a little Friday who's a what's it. We got Big Mike, who can't seem to figure out how to turn on the goddamn Facebook.
Big Mike?
Big Mike's having a real fucking problem.
Well, here's a problem with Big Mike. Big Mike has been one of our biggest fans.
Biggest fans, biggest supporters.
And he used to call in all the time when we actually had a show that mattered.
Wait, listen, don't count it out. We will have a show that matters again soon. I don't know how or where, but it'll happen.
But I loved Big Mike's conversations when he called in.
Well, Big Mike is having some trouble.
Is he?
Big Mike is
his fingers are fumbling?
His fingers are fumbling. They're bumbling. And
bumbling fingers.
They're bumbling fingers. Okay. And as it takes a couple of minutes, I know it's early, so it'll really depend on the audience. Because what I want to talk about today is something we experienced this week. Well, listen, we have had two interviews for jobs this week. We interviewed for jobs. And one of them, listen, we really were hoping for it. Just monetarily, it didn't work out. That's fine. The other one was, how do you deal with a rude prick? And I don't want to say any names. We're not going to say any names, but I feel like this is a conversation that needs to be had. And excuse me as I adjust the camera with my footsies and my tootsies. There we go. How do you deal with an asshole? How do you deal with a dick?
Well, and
it's hard.
Yeah,
it's hard.
I spent hours thinking about this, and you know that.
Yep, I do.
And I believe.
What's up, Steve? Make sure you're sharing, everybody. We started early, and we don't do this on Friday, so you might be the only one watching. But go ahead. What were you saying?
But I believe that. Yep. We have garnered enough respect between what we have done.
Betwixt us, yes.
Okay, so let's just start with me, and then we'll go to you.
Well, I don't think we need to go down our resume, but let's just say 35 years of experience.
Well, let's just do it. Let's just start.
Why?
From Philadelphia to the Power Pig in Tampa to a lot of different things, right? And then you starting in the number one market in the country, in New York City. And
meeting up with you in Detroit and then starting the Rizzo and Jeff show, and then we do our own fucking thing.
So to have to answer questions is, I don't know. Rich, it's difficult for me.
How about this? Answering questions is fine. How will you make the station better? Great. How will you make us money? Sure. How do I justify this and that's fine. A perfect example. An interview earlier in the week. It was expeditious. We talked. We were on our third one, and it just came to a point where it was like, financially, this is not going to work for us. And we were like, we're bummed, we're sad, but it's okay.
Yeah,
right?
It's okay.
It was heartbreaking, trust me. But we understood. And then we had another kind of thing where this one has been dragging on a little bit. And then, happy Friday, what's up, Dane? Yeah, I know, we're a little early, so make sure if you can, share the video. I don't know if anyone's even going to watch, but here's where I'm at. We had that interview. Did you feel respected, the one on Tuesday?
Let me tell you. Can I have an honest conversation with you?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. This one today.
Yep.
And the conversation.
Uh-huh.
And as you could tell.
Uh-huh.
Bothered me the most because I felt like we put a lot of work, we put a lot of time.
I agree.
We invested a lot of love and care into the situation.
Yeah.
And I felt like it bothered me more than the big market, kind of situation.
Yeah. Because of the amount of time. So it was such a dichotomy because, there was an opportunity in a top 10 market this week and an opportunity.
Which is still there. I don't want you to think that that's not off the table. It's still right there.
It's still there.
Just a matter of,
Yeah, finagling. But there was also an opportunity in a smaller market, sort of like this. And it was interesting to see how differently we were treated. And the person, there's a person who believes in us. He's a great guy. There's nothing wrong with him. But the people at the top, I feel like, it was shocking to get. I feel like we got a cock slapped in our face today.
Yeah.
I do. I feel like we got face cocked.
Look, and here's the honest truth between me and Rizzo. Okay? Me and Rich.
Yeah. And I'll address that in a minute, Dane.
I don't react to too many things.
No, you don't. No. Usually I'll respond to business emails.
I kind of leave a lot of the business stuff up to you.
Yep.
That's the truth.
Well, right? We each have our own thing that we do.
Right.
Yeah.
So a lot to you, I leave up to the emails and stuff like that. And, baby hands is probably like, why? What is this all about? I don't know. Because
I don't think it's that.
But at the end of the day, it's just how we operate our business. Today, I couldn't allow that.
You responded as I was reading it.
The response today was something that bothered me that came aboard. And you know that we get a million responses to emails.
We do.
3-4 years.
Oh yeah, a lot of opportunities, things like that.
Right,
yep.
And I've probably been at a million nightclubs when all that stuff's gonna come in. But that response bothered me so much, and I couldn't figure out why, because it was I felt it to be disrespectful.
Let's just do that, and I'll say this, and again, we're talking about the dichotomy of how you deal with, when we all go on job interviews. You could work as a psychiatrist, a handyman, at the court. It doesn't matter where you work, but we all work somewhere. And I'm sure we've all had like real weird friggin' interviews. So sure. I will read parts of this email to kind of give you the gist of it. And you tell me how you would respond. Okay? So this person responds, Rizzo and Jeff. I truly, appreciate your efforts and energy. It seems like a no-brainer. There's to bring you guys aboard. There's a lot of things that come along with that. There's no fast and easy answer. I thought that I gave you an angle that was strong, but given your misgivings, I don't know. And I'll keep you posted. That's about the gist of it. So basically, there was an opportunity, an option presented, and it just was something that Jeff and I are not great at. We all have our strengths and weaknesses. And so we were like, maybe we could bring something else to the table. I'm trying to work because, again, it's not like, it was weird.
Why don't you just say,
remember, we have
that, financially we can't get you there.
I think that, right. And I think that's
without saying it.
Right. I think, that's kind of the thing. But then I think, you replied, thank you, blah, blah, blah. And you mentioned about efforts and passion and how there's a lot of effort put into this business. Sometimes it doesn't match up with the passion.
So read exactly what I wrote.
Okay. So to that, and again, we're talking about a great interview that we had for a job that we didn't get this week. And one that wasn't so good, and we're curious because you guys have all been through job interviews, and it's like, what's going on?
Right.
And there is something that I'm working on that if this works out, you guys are going to shit your pants.
Be quiet. Read exactly
what was said and what I wrote. Okay, so Jeff responds. Jeff does. And I'm telling you, he never does.
And by the way, I never respond to
blank. I won't say his name.
Rizzo responds to everything.
Okay.
I never respond.
He goes, blank, gentleman's name. Thank you for taking your time with us. Efforts are different from your passion. I appreciate you taking time to consider the Rizzo and Jeff show. That was the response. Verbatim, word for word, that was it.
I thought it was
Thank
fine.
you.
I thought it was fine.
Again, I read through it. I see what you're trying to say. Efforts and passion. Sometimes they just don't meet. It is what it is.
They jumble like Frasier on Paramount Plus.
Well, you could say that, but that's a rocket ship going to heaven, baby, like Elton John and that new Beatles song.
Well, all
right.
Come on.
So Jeff says that. He responds to you. But with me. Okay, he responds to you. That's still okay. He responds to you. My sugar's going low, by the way, if you're wondering what the hell that was about. Sorry. He responds to me and another person, but specifically to Jeff. Thanks, Jeff. Glad to know the difference. Now, you heard Jeff's email. And I'm sorry, my sugar's dropping, so I have to eat.
Condescending.
Did you feel that?
110%.
Okay. The first email, I was
and here's what we have to clearly understand. Okay.
Why would he say thanks, Jeff, and email everyone else, right?
Look, here's the clear understanding.
And no, this has nothing to do with iHeart. Stop asking. It has nothing to do with that.
Nothing to do with iHeart.
No.
Here's the clear understanding. I will pick you and your girlfriend up.
Uh-huh.
And we will live in New Jersey for a year.
Okay.
Before I get disrespected by anybody. Do you understand that?
I agree.
You get it. So, we have houses. Your dad has a bunch of money. We are fine.
Yes, we are.
I'm not going to get disrespected by anybody. I'm not going to do it.
Some of the comments coming in, owners want top-level talent with entry-level pay.
And we won't.
No shit.
And you know what?
No shit.
And here's the funny thing, is that we have offered many...
He may as well slap Jeff in his face. Right. That's that Jeff gets a slap in the fucking face?
Right.
Are you serious that he should have slapped you in your face?
Look, here's the reality. Rich, here's the reality. Come on, shut up for a second.
I ain't said a word.
I never...
My sugar's dropping.
Okay, we'll pick it back up. I never respond to a lot of those things.
He does not.
And I leave a lot of that to you. That was the first time in a long time that I felt completely disrespected by somebody. That really aggravated me.
Yep.
Ever.
Yep.
Ever.
To the point where, so Jeff and I discuss, okay, this is kind of what's going on. I'm going to email this. I'm going to email this person, this person, this person. Yeah. We talk about it. I do it. I respond, hey, we got this. Jeff's usually tagged on it, so I'll say this is what I'm going to say. Jeff never fucking responds.
Ever.
Okay? So, baby, I'm a sensitive Sally. I thought Jeff's response was professional. Yeah, right, and she complains about everything. Kim, you don't fuck with Jeff. Piss on him, Jeff. Something better's out there.
No. Look.
We don't want to pee on anyone.
I think the guy there is a good man. I really do. And he's a radio professional. I think he's a good man. But sometimes I think the hardest thing for radio people in a moment is to admit that they just don't have the money to take.
Because it's embarrassing to say.
Sure.
It's embarrassing to say.
That we would love to hire you, but we just don't have the money to say it. But what you can't do is disrespect people. And that is not something that is good to me. And,
the difference,
and I don't like it.
The difference, and I think it can be heard now.
Yeah. And I don't care.
And I'll just say,
here's the deal. I don't care if I've had a bottle of tequila. It doesn't make it. At the end of the day, you can't be disrespectful to people.
But you also have to maintain a sense of professionalism, which I do not believe you deviated from. If you were unprofessional, I would say so. I don't think you were unprofessional. Well, that's the thing.
Right.
You responded.
Well, the problem now is after that response that I would rather take all of us to the house that I have in New Jersey and all of us live there in one foul swoop.
You know what? I'll be honest with you.
You're coming to New Jersey.
I think that we've been through the ringer since March. Like Baby Ann said, there's an end in sight. The Rizzo and Jeff show will live on.
You got to be respected.
Trust me when I say
you got to be respected.
Trust me when I say, and I have to tell you,
that made me mad.
That there is something. There's a lot of, but there's something that I feel like something. We're gonna be fine. But the difference is, we had an interview earlier in the week, and it didn't go our way, and we were sad. But it was like, guys, I was gonna hire you. We had a meeting as far as at the corporate level who said that, a 2-person show is out of the question at this moment. And that's an honest.
Sure.
I don't have it. I wish I did have it. I don't. This turned into, thanks, Jeff.
Yeah.
It was very weird, man.
I just didn't like it. And, I like to work with people that believe in you, care about you, think about you, have a plan for you, not just somebody that you're going to hire to be a salesperson. I'm not a salesperson.
Well, and here's the thing: there are people who have skills. It's not even that.
I'll give you an example. I could do a million things that would pay me $40,000 a year. You do understand that, right?
We could. I'll give you an example. Right. So I'll give you, if it's like, hey, we have relationships with businesses and people here, that's a little different as far as we know people. We have people that advertise now, just like our friends at Upstate Pro Wrestling, which we're going to get to in a second. Are you
ready for that, by the way, tomorrow night?
Well, that's not tomorrow night. That's WWE tomorrow night.
WWE is tomorrow night.
Yep, and we're giving out tickets.
Next week, you're climbing a steel cage.
No, you're climbing a steel cage. You're steel caging for stars. You already said it. It sounds like the guy smells like stale cigarettes. He's bald and lives in his mom's basement. Pretty close.
I'm climbing.
That's pretty close.
I'm climbing the cage for stars.
That's what you said. That's what we decided. That's what we decided. So that's what we're going to be. And the next time that you see us after this show will be my birthday.
Do you want to eat a little Chinese buffet on Monday?
I might do a little Chinese booth. I might do it.
There's a word around town.
The word around town is that, and I know it's a Friday and we usually don't go live.
The word around town is that there's a bunch of friends that want to come meet you on Monday for a Chinese booth.
Well, I would be honored to meet as many people as possible. Again, just quick shout out to our friends at Upstate Pro Wrestling. They are sponsoring tonight's video as well because we have tickets to WWE and we're going to be giving them to you. But Jeff and I wanted to just kind of put a little bow on this and move on because the dichotomy of having one thing happen on Tuesday and having another thing happen today, and there's kind of a temporary hopelessness feeling. But then there's also that idea of just saying, like we were told in this big market situation,
sure,
we don't have the money. Right. And then, I think that emails, especially in professional situations, call me crazy, could be misinterpreted. I friggin' hate the email, man. I friggin' hate. That's why I like the phone. I hate fucking text messages. I hate emails, and this is why.
Well, what you have to understand in that particular situation that you're talking about, we made many situations available to have those conversations, right? If you remember, I pulled over in Scranton, Pennsylvania, to have a conversation, and the response back from that is something that really irritated me. And I never, ever get irritated about something.
The last time that this happened, I will tell you.
When was the last time?
I will tell. I remember.
When was the last time that you see me mad?
I remember. I think it was 2019 or 2020. Let me tell you guys what happened.
I never get mad.
Let me tell you what happened.
I never get
mad.
Let
me tell you what happened. I'll even say the station, because screw it.
Go ahead.
The station was WQLZ. We were in the middle of a pandemic. Nobody had any money. And there was this guy who had this bright idea, okay, that he could hire us in Springfield, Illinois, right outside of Chicago, which would have been the only reason I would have went. Plus, we were in a pandemic and we would have gotten out of there in a year anyway. And so we interviewed with them and all this stuff. And it turns out that the only reason that this guy, and I forget his name, Bill, whatever, I forget. He wanted to call me on the phone to scold me because he thought I was a big, fat liar.
Right.
And I said, big, fat? I said, what are you talking about? Long story short, I protected somebody who I worked with.
Way back in the day.
Way back in the day. Right. She took, I took the fall for this person. They had a family. I did not. I took the fall. Yeah. I didn't tell that person because that person was still employed.
Yeah.
And the response from that guy at that radio station was, I've never seen anything like it in my life.
Yeah, I know, Rizzo. But at the end of the day, when we come in this situation, it's like, I spent a lot of time in iHeartMedia, Clear Channel, and all those kinds.
I agree. I love it.
Right? I appreciate all those times. And today, that response really was something that really bothered me, and it really. And you know what? I'm going to tell you. And I sent that to a couple of people, and I asked
trusted colleagues. Was your initial response misinterpreted? And I don't know how it could have been.
And the response back was, "What the fuck?"
Well, and if you're just tuning in, Jeff and I are talking about we're kind of updating you. It's a special Friday. We don't usually do a show on Friday, all right? Brought to you by our friends at Upstate Pro Wrestling, and I will actually attempt. Now, we're having some audio issues, but I think we can hear our friend Imp.
We're going to have to lip tonight for tickets.
Oh, I think we will lip for tickets. I think we might have to lip for tickets. But if you were at Brawl at the Mall or you missed it, okay?
Mall 5, well, the story continues Saturday, November 11th, 5 p.m. at Marketplace Mall. Upstate Pro Wrestling presents Locked Up. Every match, I repeat, every match will be held inside of a steel cage where some feuds have to come to an end while others are just beginning. UPW Locked Up Saturday, November 11th, 5 p.m.
I know.
Oh, my God.
Academy, Marketplace Mall. Entrance $7, $20 general admission seats, $25 front row, $30 balcony seats. Come experience hand-to-hand and beat-the-body combat that'll leave you wanting more. Tickets available at UpstateProWrestling.com. UPW Locked Up. We are Upstate.
See, now
UpstateProWrestling.com, $20 tickets, a few available. We have absolutely sold every one of these out. Go ahead.
Now, here's the deal, Mikey Champion, you son of a bitch. That cage is not the same cage that they use. It's wider. So when you go to climb it, I mean, you're talking like bad business there.
Yeah, I get it. And, it'll be interesting because Jeff and I are going to, so Monday's my birthday. Right. So I think what we're going to do is I'll be at the booth.
Is that the rumor around town?
It's the rumor. I might be at the Grand Soup. You come visit if you'd like. Mm-hmm. All right, it might be fun. I'll do a Facebook Live. We'll do a couple of videos.
Live from the booth? Oh,
live from the booth. What better show than live from the fucking Chinese buffet on my birthday?
And how old are you going to be now?
I am going to be 46. Can you believe it?
Yeah, stop being a funny guy. 35. 35. Oh, my God, 35.
So
that's what you understand that you're in that. I hate to tell you.
Is that BD? Is that broken dick time?
You're getting there.
I'm getting there.
You're getting there.
My birthday's November 6th, Christina.
You got to knock one. I hate to tell you.
Well, there is a bambine to take care of.
We had a conversation here? Have we talked about it?
No, listen. You know what?
Does she got one more for the ride?
Can I tell you something? She would, but let me tell you the truth, okay?
She got one more for the ride.
I will not bring another child in this world unless I know that I could take care of the woman and the child that I can. And we will. We'll be fine.
That's not what I asked you.
She said yes. Yes, I do.
So she's got one more for the go.
Yes.
One more for the ride.
Yeah, I don't care if she's got one for the ride. I'm not.
But you got to understand, that's all she's got left.
That's
She's got one
fine.
for the night. She gets older too.
That's fine, but I'm tired of
one for the goop.
I'm just tired of, and I appreciate it, Christina. And
What a radio!
I know that
what a fucking radio conversation.
Well, and here's the thing. All I'm gonna say is that there are certain things a brewing. And I just want you to just know that it's going to be interesting and things will develop. And, you think things are going to go one way, then they go another way. But I will tell you, since we're usually not on Fridays, most of the people will download this or rewatch this. A Baby Hands and Rizzo Human needs to exist. It does.
Just not yet.
But not yet, because I am a real big believer in the provider theory.
I know, that's a Philly thing.
It is.
It's a big-time Philly thing.
It is. And if I can't provide, if I know that I can't provide for you, I am not ever going to put anyone
I knew you had the rolls, so I said, I'm going to make the meatballs and the sausages.
Right,
because I knew you had the rolls. But that's the thing.
Well, but see, that's the point, though. So, would I have another? Yes. That would give us 2. But that would be great. But I'm going to tell you that's fucked up.
Baby Hands, you have to understand. He's only got one in his soul. And I know him.
No,
No, you're lying. Stop it. And you know what's going to happen here. You need to understand this. It's going to be a bambina.
I think so, too. I agree.
I know it.
Yeah, I do, too.
I just know it.
Guy and a girl, boy and a girl.
So you're going to have a little girl.
Well, how about this? Can we get a job?
It doesn't matter.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. They got to eat. It's Christmas time. Okay? They have to eat.
A bambina is coming your way. I know it.
Okay? Can we get a job?
I feel it. I feel like your sperm is just a little weak.
Trust me. Trust me. All right, yeah, that's fine. And Uncle Jeff, and that's all. That's
Uncle
great.
Jeff will babysit all day.
But I cannot bring a bambina or a bambina into this world without a job. And that's why I say the Rizzo and Jeff show needs to just maybe believe in itself, take a chance, have somebody partner with it, and I want to be...
Instead of being disrespected. I agree.
Instead of being disrespected. Right. And you know what? Maybe... things get lost in translation. I'm willing to throw that up and say that maybe is what happened.
That's up to you. I don't believe
you don't feel that way?
Not one bit.
I think, what's meant to be will be when it's the right time. None of us are truly prepared, but I respect you. Here's the thing. I see a lot of people. None of us are prepared. And listen, what if we get a job and in 5 years the radio station catches on fire? Well, I can't prepare for that.
Look, I adopted a dog, Teddy. He's been sick for 2 days. At 3:30 in the morning every day, I've been out there with him because he has diarrhea. You get up, you do what you have to do.
Right.
You sit with him, rub his belly all morning, all those kind of things. It's like
I don't mind rubbing a diarrhea belly. What I mind is 2 people at fucking Christmas.
Okay.
What I mind is a PS5 and Robux.
Well,
I mind...
The kid's not playing the PS5, you know.
This bambine is old enough that wants all that stuff. Robux. Millions of Robux.
All right. Well,
where you buy toothpick legs.
All right. Well, I'll hook up the Robux. Uncle Jeff will hook up the Robux.
But it's not. I gotcha. And I appreciate. But see, and that's the thing. It's like you start, and I'll tell you this. It's been a tough week. It started out really great being in the Poconos, seeing the fam, hanging out with Baby Hands. It was beautiful.
Yeah, beautiful.
I was coming home to what I thought could be.
You always talked off
the biggest opportunity of our lives.
So now the Poconos make a little more sense.
I love the Poconos. It was great. And I was coming home to what I thought could have been one of the biggest opportunities of our lives. Literally, that's no joke. Still a possibility, although financially at this moment, we're not there. Okay, we still have other things on the back burner. It is what it is. We're figuring shit out. Then I feel like we end the week with a disrespectful penis slap. Right to the face. Right to the dome. The chrome
Look,
Don't.
you take it as you want. I'm going to take it as I want. If we want to be brutally honest, and we're going to do a podcast that tells the honest truth, I'm going to tell you how I took it.
Okay.
And you can take it another way.
Well, I'll tell you what. For the people just tuning in, I'll quickly just do a quick rehash of the, because Jeff never responds. Hey, appreciate you guys, your energy. This seems like a no-brainer kind of a thing. There are a lot of factors that go along with, running an organization. At this point, there's no real quick answer. I thought the angle that we discussed was a good one, but given your misgivings, and what that means is it just wasn't a fit for us, and that's okay. I like you, but at this point, I don't know. Jeff responds, "Sir," I'm using sir, "thank you for taking the time. Efforts are oftentimes different from your passion. I appreciate you taking the time to consider us," right? Then, about a couple hours later, we get a wham bam woolly bully. BCC, but it's to Jeff. Thanks, Jeff. Glad to know the difference.
I didn't like it.
I thought maybe Jeff was a little hasty, and then I read it, and I was like, no, there was no haste. There was no haste. There was no fucking haste.
I have always...
No haste.
Haste. Rizzo, here's the thing. I have always held myself, and I've been respectful to people that have, done a lot of great things in the business. And I felt that in that conversation that I was respectful. In that email, I felt I was respectful.
Your response was respectful.
I didn't get it back.
I agree that your response was respectful. I agree that I don't care if it's misinterpreted. Maybe you asked for clarification, but it was not unprofessional. I think that then it's like, and I guess this is the bigger overarching question, and this doesn't have just to do with radio, but it's the biggest problem in radio since this pandemic happened, how the working world has changed. And how the world...
And how you treat people.
And how you treat people, but more importantly, how do you survive in a world where everyone's just trying to cut costs and cut you off the fucking knees?
No, fuck that shit. And it's when you
talk to Zach. Oh shit!
When you look up to certain people, and I did to that man.
Yeah.
And I really did. I looked up to him, and I honored all of his great accomplishments.
Yes.
And that comment really, really, kind of bothered me. That's it. And now it's over for me.
It's over, and that's okay because there's a lot of things.
So
and you know what?
You can go. Go ahead.
There is something. No, it's okay. I think it is what it is.
I'm over
I
that.
think there is something really, and I will say this, and then we can move on to our last topic because it's a Friday special. And again, thank you to our friends at Upstate Pro Wrestling, upstateprowrestling.com. Okay,
we're getting into the cages this week.
We're getting into the cages.
We're going to climb the cages with Mikey Champion, who is Mikey. Hit me up so we can make sure that we have a plan for tomorrow. But we're going to climb those cages, man.
And if you would like to go, all you have to do is comment or I think we'll put up some lips. We have pairs of tickets courtesy of our friends at Upstate Pro Wrestling. Somebody says, did you guys talk to your old boss, Zach, about it? Let me tell you why I didn't. Because this had nothing to do with iHeart. This had nothing to do with it. This was a totally different company. And I don't know if I would have talked to Zach anyway. Right. Would you have talked to Zach? Would you have talked to Zach?
Nah, probably not. I don't know. Unless he's bored. The last time I talked to Zach, he was undressing in front of me. When we were there, and you were outside in Dallas, Texas, talking to your girlfriend.
I was purposely
and I
trying...
said to you, "Can you please come in because Zach is undressing in front of me."
Well, okay.
He got down to his panties.
Yeah,
he weren't there.
I mean, was it like just cloth over dick at that point? Like it was that close? Like meaning like he was in his skivvies?
Got to tell you,
he was in his skivvies.
I got to tell you, I thought
I was doing this on purpose.
I thought it peeked through. I thought I saw it.
Did a peep? You thought you saw an old hog's hog?
Look, little peek. I thought it came through.
Do you believe that it was an intention? This is a good question, Dane. Do you believe this was an intentional tease in front of you?
Sure.
Because I think that you've always believed that he's had a thing for me.
Well, I thought what it was is a domination situation.
Okay. So you were in his house.
I'm in your house.
Okay.
I will undress in front of you, and if you see the eye of the snake, screw you. It doesn't make a difference.
So do you? Okay, because at this point you were blowing up not only myself, which I was on the phone with Baby Hands, and I said I am going to see how long it takes before he loses his shit. Right. And either comes outside
was 45 minutes the goal? Because that's where we were at that point.
The goal was I didn't know how far he'd go.
Well, the man began to undress. So I
Zach undressed in his own home. He should be able to be comfy in his own home. No?
I understand, but when you have a couple of guests, is your penis easily available for everybody?
An easily available penis might not be the best thing.
And you, as an insecure boyfriend with your girlfriend home, I needed a safety monitor to come in.
So I had to deal with insecure penis?
You were worried about her, and you let me die.
You know what it was?
You gave me open penis. Because you were worried
about
you thought your girlfriend was going to run around what? Clinton and Pleasant?
I walked in and I thought that we were just going to go to sleep, and I had to tell you.
Well, that was a fail.
Yes.
The man was naked.
Yes, he was. Have
Did
you
apologize yet?
First off, have you seen any of your bosses that unclothed before in all of your radio career?
I felt like I was being set up and presented.
And
you weren't there
I
to
knew.
help.
Now, part of me knew what was going on.
Look, you have to understand.
This is about Zach. He was here in Rochester for a little while before he moves up to Dallas.
You have to understand. We were all aloof. It was 110 degrees in Dallas,
Jesus.
Texas.
Oh, it was awful.
It was the hottest you could possibly be.
100% humidity.
We thought we were going there for a good thing. We just, honestly, after a day, we just wanted to leave.
We did. I wanted out. I wanted out. And
we didn't want any part of it. So.
I guess Zach's penis wanted out as well.
What do you know? You were out on the back patio.
That's
I'm the one that saw it.
That is, listen, it is what it is. But I will
Nothing but the average.
I will say this. Oh, by the way, does he text you about the model / tattoo biker girlfriend that he has? Do you believe that there is a model?
I do.
Girlfriend?
I do.
You think?
I do.
You think after seeing the bulge,
you know
that the model,
you know the radio business. When anybody could get hooked up with something, you get it.
Yeah. I guess. I guess. So here's the deal. The next time you see us, all right,
we're gonna be live from the WWE.
Well, we'll be live from WWE. We're gonna put up a set of smackers. They gotta be good smackers, though. Do you have good smackers in mind?
Can I just show you a couple of smackers?
Yeah, show me a couple of smackers, because we're giving away tickets thanks to our friends at Upstate Pro Wrestling. They are sponsoring the videos this week, and a few next week is female.
Mm-hmm. Come on. Speed it up. Write the name. Let me see.
First name start with a B. They're not bad smackers.
All right. You like those?
I like those smackers.
Okay.
I like those smackers.
All right.
I wrote the name. I saw the name.
You want me to change it?
No, because I want people to go.
Okay.
I think they're good smackers. I think
quality smacks.
I think they're quality smackers because I think you guys will think these guys are fucked up. It's something, but it's actually keep it simple, stupid. That's the only hint that I would give you about the smackers that are going up after the show.
You got it.
I will not post up the podcast until tomorrow because the Smackers are going up after the show. You can get our podcast anywhere podcasts are found. They are quality. Let me ask you something. How do you feel about the downstairs Smackers? Hers.
Whose?
Hers.
Theirs?
No, hers. Like, you know, looking at her smack. I mean, do you think she had quality downstairs Smackers?
Keep it tight. Keep it right.
Keep it tight. Keep it right. Well, we will be live from WWE. Tomorrow.
That's going to be a fun video.
It's the Super Show. Tickets, we have a few more pairs. We're going to put up some Smackers. The winners are going to get to hang out with Jeff, myself, Mikey Champion. Yeah. So we're going to be on the floor. It's going to be a lot of fun. I want you to keep it simple, stupid with the Smackers. And then after that, live from the Chinese buffet. So then we won't be back
on Monday
in the studio until Tuesday. And then we're going Cajun on Wednesday.
All right. Come on. I'm old. I got to go to bed.
All right. Take it easy, everyone. We will see you tomorrow. Look for those fucking Smackers, huh?